Опять реклама Твича. Всем доброго времени суток. Так, меня слышно. На телефоне открыл трансляцию, чтобы чат читать, если кто-то что-то напишет. Продолжаем проходить в Ктулху. У нас 6-я глава. Сегодня по планам у нас пройти парочку. У нас есть примерно около 3 часов. Устроенный в подвале китайского института. Он познакомился с Голден, подругой Брэдли, которая помогла ему сбежать по коридорам этого заведения, которое находится в полной власти доктора Фуллера, Пирса Сандерс. Это который продавец картин. Перед смертью на глаза детектива он обвиняет Сару Хокинс в том, что она виновата в его мучениях. Сара Хокинс — это смерть которой мы расследуем по запросу ее отца. Пирс наконец покидает проклятое здание в сопровождении Брэдли и Колден. Товарищи по несчастью решают исследовать особняк Хокинса в качестве укрытия. Брэдли убили.
Who goes there?
Кто тут?
That nightmare again.
Да не надо тебе выпить. Не будем мы бухать с тобой. Я не пью, ты не пей. Ты знаешь, что мог сделать. Именно поэтому я и должна найти такое. Что делаете, что? Блин, хорошо, что это не слышно. Сосед шуршит. Так. Прокачиваем поиск, потом расследование на максимум. Расследование на максимум, мне кажется, самый оптимальный вариант. Прокачивать с самого начала, прям упороться в него. Потому что я уже не вскрыл несколько замков, которые, скорее всего, необходимо было открыть.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
А я хочу туда сходить пока что. И... Здесь этот дать. И здесь этот.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce.
Там этот дядька.
Did I sleep long? No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Давай сядем на корточки хотя бы. Давайте.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us, what happened?
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital, and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
I found a Darkwater PD badge. Lost a colleague recently?
What the...
Bradley.
Ethan?
I'm all right. I just had a... It's gone.
You're sure?
If it's important, it'll come back. But I can't explain why Dr. Fuller would have that badge.
The man's a danger, believe me.
What can we do, Pierce?
То есть уже должна быть медицина профессионал к этому моменту. Прикиньте. А ее можно прокачать только с помощью книг.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Вернемся. Фига, она как подскакивает.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Да, почему?
I saw people in hoods. They had stolen Mrs. Hawkins' paintings.
Who are you talking about? Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know, but they were a threat. They've taken over the caves under the mansion. They were performing some kind of ritual. One of the entryways was under Charles Hawkins' office.
We suspect Mr. Hawkins of being involved.
My patients believe the old islanders used to worship primitive sea gods. Could they be the focus of the cult?
Am I hearing this right?
So you think me gullible?
No, not at all.
What else did you uncover, Mr. Pierce?
Ой, по-моему, Кэт правильно говорила, не надо рассказывать все. Понятно,
I
кому.
met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Так, что бы мы выбрали?
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Поговорить. Так. Фуллер. Ничка. Ладно. Погуляем, посмотрим, может что. Нет, бухать мы не будем с тобой. Так, сваливать тоже пока не будем. Уйти. Понял. Что, и там уйти, что ли? Как мы сверху можем уйти? Резиденция Сандерса. Пирс, Колден и Брэдли решили объединить усилия, чтобы раскрыть дело Сары Хокинс. У них есть новый след. Фрэнсис Сандерс, коллекционер живописи, который погиб на глазах у Пирса. Детектив идет к нему домой, которого несчастную. Да? Да.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other?
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
I deduce that your husband already mentioned this dimensional shambler.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long. The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives. Did she really care for him after all? Frances Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
У меня опять соседи перфорируют.
A house of artists.
Скорее всего, будут опять какие-то дополнительные шумы, поэтому я отключаю микрофон на некоторое время.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins? The Shambler. I need to see it.
Чтобы себе тоже глаза выколоть, что ли? Так мы совсем немного потеряли. Ну вот я про что говорил, сосед перфорирует. Так, надо прогуляться как-нибудь, чтобы зацепить больше этих расследований. Так, я отключу микрофон.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
I could use one of those. A strange Amerindian pendant. Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing. An old diary.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
All's fair in love and war, I suppose.
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder. Go take a hike, detective.
Ой, чую, сейчас весело будет.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times. These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Походу им колбасить скоро будет.
The public entrance to the gallery. Why was he so interested in old weapons? Why was he so interested in old weapons? The man transforms an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Ой, чую, сейчас колбасить будет Пирса.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it? Why was he so interested in old weapons? Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Скорее всего, к этому кинжалу надо будет потом подойти. Запомнили, как до него идти?
What the hell was that?
Неплохо. Ух.
What the hell was that? Down. What the hell was that?
Офигенная голова. Вообще
What
крутая.
the hell was that?
Свет ему не преграда. Мы уже поняли.
What the hell was that? Damn. This dagger looks different. What the hell was that?
Все, понял. Короче, надо этим даггером убить картину.
This dagger looks different.
No! Ой, прикольно вообще. Хорошо, что...
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
The creature, this dagger, was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
Там, конечно, можно было, наверное, как-то по стелсу все это мутить, в шкафах прятаться, получить себе еще какую-нибудь бродяга оказался просто картина старой Хокинса. Огромная тварь выскочила из полотна и упала на пирс. После долгой драки сыщик смог снова запереть тварь в картине. Позже он узнал, что кинжал, которым он продал Сандерсу, Элджернон Дрейк, владелец безымянной книжной. Глава 7.
Where is the bookseller?
An
old diary. Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Мы стали профессионалами? Нет, еще один. Да ё-моё, сколько можно? Очень странно, что вот эта вот тема не сохраняется. Так, ну мы должны сначала проверить все книжечки. Тебе длинные руки.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers placed truth on the same footing as a religion.
Прокачали. Блин, опять колбасить по-любому будет.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
Ну давай, все, профессионал. Ура, хорошо. Я рад.
What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work. Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably. This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
Какую-то лютую книжку.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Супер, супер. Короче, они замутили так, чтобы муж Сары не залез сюда. Ну все, ладно. Посмотрели. Так. Теперь мы знаем, что надо делать. Нам надо найти сначала подсказ... И хрена себе, здесь сколько книг-то.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Аркхэм. Это Лавкрафта, получается. Или
How many
коллекция.
volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham editions. Arkham editions. Never. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham edition. Arkham editions. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham editions.
Это типа...
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
Все рассказы... Это Лавкрафта, что
How many
ли?
volumes are there in this collection?
Рассудком все не так и хорошо становится, да, у нас?
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Я тоже думаю, что стоит послушать. Стоит включиться.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
The Queen has little protection.
Ну, ужасно. Королева, защищенная свечой. Но есть куда свалить. Только я короля не вижу. Короче, Азатот.
Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this? Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that... What did Drake say about this? Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking... What did Drake say about this collection?
Прикольно, да?
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
Этот ключ со знаком старших — единственное, что может защитить твой разум. Это цилиндрический медальон на тяжелой цепи. Сотни лет назад на нем были выгравированы звезда и ветка, которые должны отражать силы древних. Это указывает на то, что у прошлого владельца, египетского торговца антиквариатом, медальон отобрал Чарльз Хокинс. Дата в газетных вырезках, посвященных этому правонарушению, совпадает с датами поездки Хокинса в Каир. Непонятно, знает ли он об истинных значениях этого артефакта. Попробую его узнать.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Да, походу все принимают эти таблетки здесь. Прячем потихоньку медицину.
A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
Поиск.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
А подсказки к комбинациям содержатся на 3 цилиндрах, скрытых там, где жизнь и учение объединяются в греческом слове. 3 цилиндрах. греческом слове. Ушим опять цилиндры.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
А зато точно есть. Это 9.
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
The Queen has little protection. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Так, давайте еще раз прочитаем. Улейки. Кажется, здесь спрятана страница, кое-что можно прочитать. Если кто-то найдет эти мемуары, пусть не сомневается, что я в большой беде. Моя единственная и последняя надежда в том, что Мои тело и кости все еще пребывают в этой реальности. Когда их можно найти и сжечь. Погребальную урну нужно отдать моей матери, если она все еще... Следующее сообщение очень важно. Кто бы ни читал эти строки, если он обладает той же остротой ума, как и я, то может надеяться на обладание моим самым ценным имуществом. Оно лежит в моем сейфе, а подсказки к комбинациям содержатся на 3 цилиндрах, скрытых там, где жизнь и учение объединяются в греческом слове. Каждый цилиндр пронумерован, хоть и говорит знаменитый писатель, что порядок удовольствия разума, но беспорядок наслаждения воображения. Хоть я сам предпочитаю порядочный хаос, но должен признать, что обычно всегда возобладает разум. Если вдруг по какой-то случайности человек, или лучше сказать гений, сравнится со мной интеллектом и найдет способ открыть сейф, я попрошу его отдать содержимое на хранение моему другу и коллеге, профессору Катоникского университета Армитиджо. В этом сейфе хранится не только краткое изложение огромного объема уникальных знаний, но и оружие, слишком опасное, чтобы попасть в плохие. Надеюсь, ты сможешь оценить опасность, которую оно представляет, поступишь должным образом. В любом случае, меня уже не будет, и я не смогу не помочь тебе пострадать от... Нету здесь, да, цифр.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
3-9.
Red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Грааль, Грааль, Грааль. Вот Грааль.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Этот кубок, похоже, очень старый. Вроде бы он сделан из золота и украшен настоящими драгоценными камнями. Кажется, сапфиры и рубины складываются в какой-то... 5 рубинов, 3 помощника королевы и 9-й том этого, то-то. Сейчас эта собака появится. Глаз Саурона. В безымянной книжной лавке Пирс обнаружил следы взлома. Он выяснил, что за попыткой взлома стал Чарльз Хокинс. Пирс открыл сейф книготорговца и узнал, что там лежала книга в переплете из человеческой кожи, которая непреодолимо увлекла детектива. Когда он открыл книгу, его разум оказался в... Ой.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down. His skin losing its color. His body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will. That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Dr. Fuller, please.
No, don't.
I know what you fear, but this man is dying.
Marie, I'm begging you. He'll hold me accountable if you bother him. Perhaps you could examine him yourself first. I'll do my best to assist.
Very well. I'll examine him. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. 30-year-old subject, severe hypothermia, erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums, necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects. This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Проберитесь в кабинет Фуллера. Не соверши ошибки, не принимай этот камень за неживой предмет. В этом нефритовом амулете заключена душа могущественного волшебника, пожирателя тел, участников культа Лэнг, секты из Центральной Азии. Его характерная форма — дивный охотничий пес, олицетворяет трансформацию волшебника в гуля, жаждущего человеческой плоти. Тот, кто найдет амулет и наденет его на шею, рискует навлечь на себя гнев волшебника. Он вернется в обличье грозного охотника, чтобы найти и расчленить всех осквернителей вытяжкой молота тварей. Главное, чтобы мы на шею его не надели, да, ребят? Так. Снотворный. Пойдем дальше. Так, у нас...
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island. Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Doctor, please. My chest.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
The one that hides the smuggling business.
Oh no, not them. They don't go on that side of the island. Everyone in his place. The captain on one side, Cat on the other, and me. Well, I've been to the whaling station, I have.
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out. I'll just sleep a bit more.
Давай, пос... О!
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Прикольно.
Mrs. Sanders?
Еще живая?
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney. What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble. Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man. Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Короче, походу потом валить придется из этого места.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Это очень странная карта. Она не полностью заполнена. И в ней отсутствует информация о лечении. Стандартные требования не соблюдены.
Thank you for your help, Doctor.
Thank you. I'll be going.
Ух ты. Быстро.
In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Dr. Colden?
I'll be going.
Dr. Colden?
Брэнсоном поговорим.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
There's no way I'm leaving until I find what Fuller is hiding. Ethan.
Marie,
What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no
Where did my
patience
fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Офигеть, вот это помещение, это огромное.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show. Dr. Colden?
Его до сих пор колбасит.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Мы откроем тебе воду.
I don't have any business in the boiler room.
Почему нечего? Я хочу кран открыть.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment. The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Я хочу взять ключ от котельной и открыть кран. Почему я не могу это сделать?
The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Нифига не сделал. Boiler room.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory. Please, the fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
Спамеры.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Здесь можно будет лазить. Что-то мне не нравится, это большая территория, локация.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Качайте воду.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Boiler room. Фига она открывает замки. Видели, куда она ключ ставила?
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. Is everything all right, Ethan?
Yeah, I know I should go.
I will work until late.
Oh. All right.
О. Мы нашли разводной ключ.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. But it's about the water.
What now?
It's off. It's not my fault.
Nothing is ever your fault. I told you to control the flow. Even if I know it's not your strong point.
I've apologized 1,000 times.
I haven't counted that many, but then unlike you, I don't have time to keep track.
Please, Mrs. Donovan. I'm grateful to you for having kept me on despite that incident. I just need the water to be put back on. Otherwise, the bathroom will quickly become a nest of germs.
Oh, very well. I'll finish what I'm doing, and then I'll fix your blunders once more.
Thank you, ma'am.
Out of my sight. Go chatter with your colleagues. That's what you do best.
Как ловко я проскользнул. Да. Проскользнул из-за того, что я не там был.
The missing files must be hidden here. I should go another way. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Очень сложная головоломка была. Прям до невозможности. Так.
The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here?
To have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why is Ethan on medication? Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement. I should go another way.
Что, теперь в подвал пойдем? Фига себе, большая глава. Самое интересное, что он этим не заканчивается. Уже скоро придется валить шкафами. Что там, как с моими пациентами-то обходится? Так.
Dr. Colden?
Доктор Колден. уже все сделали, что могли. Наверное. Здесь даже лифт есть, что ли? Ой-ой-ой. Что-то мне не нравится. Красный свет. Закрыто. Закрыто. О.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Глава 8-9. Вот мы и познакомились с книгой Некромикон. Любимой книжкой Лавкрафта. Ой, извините, зазевы. Книга перенесла Пирса в тело доктора Колдена. Детектив беспомощно наблюдал, как подруга Брэдли проводит свою... Пробралась директор ее тело. Однако Фуллер обнаружил ее перед... Глава 9, Риверсайд. Походу, не ее колбасить будет, а нас будет колбасить.
I pray that Colden is really here and alive. An old diary.
Прикольная тема с зажигалкой, мне прям вообще нравится.
What the? Fuller, too. The Scylla is here. Like in the vision. Colden came this way.
Так, у нас должно быть сейчас скачано расследование и обоих. Исследование, так, что мы прокачаем еще на поиск. Сила, наверное, нам не понадобится, ну, мало ли. Психологию потом. Культизм. Некромикона. Скоро у нас рассудок кончится. Владелец безымянной книги. Культных зданий. Мне вот это больше всего нравится. Почему скролла нет? Пряный мир. Вознесение, когда поглотят незвездную плоть, став ближе своему повелителю, тем, когда бы то ни было, для того, чтобы ответить на зов его, вот их будешь. Уху. Ух. Хорошо. Муж Сары. Что сделали, чего? Открывается.
Right. Enough time wasted. Colden needs me. I must find her.
Так, нас не должны найти. Странно, все закрыто. Ну, нам туда как раз и надо пилить. Короче, здесь походу коридорная тема.
My God, what is happening to me? What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else. What happened? Something has changed, but what?
Oh. Изменились места, в которые я могу попасть, что ли? Какой малиновый цвет. Странный. Нет, тоже те же места.
I seen this symbol.
Я видел этот символ. Блин, стрёмненько, стрёмненько. И тебя освобождать. Нет. Твою дивизию, где я? Мне б себя найти. Ну что вы, доктора Колган? Эй. Эй.
Destiny, it has trapped you.
Ёпта. Я не хочу, чтобы меня никто там догонял. Ох. Короче, отсюда надо пидорить. Ага. Он там ходит? Короче, эта лампа получается типа реальности. А та это какого-то этого непонятного мира.
You are confronting powers that surpass you.
Что за этой стеной? Писец. Очень приятно. Короче, давайте прогуляемся. Направляет нас сюда, дверь закрыта. Скорее сюда и надо идти. Твою дивизию. Сука.
It looks like things are back to normal.
Ай, вот колбас-то, расколбас. Дежавю, да, легкое. Закрыто? Закрыто. А здесь доктор Фуллер. Нет? Охренеть, вот это вот. Вот это да.
What's going on? It never ends.
Я туда и не пойду.
Damnation. That's me.
Вау! Вау!
I gotta get out. I got.
Круто.
Pierce, I found her. I finally know what's going on. You must live and find the truth. It is already too late for me.
Colden? What's going on? Was it a hallucination?
Двери закрывать надо.
Please take a seat and be quiet, Mr. Pierce. I'll be with you in a moment.
Stop whatever the hell you're doing and turn around now. No, it can't be.
No! You son of a bitch! What did you do to her?
I wish I could have done more experiments on you, Mr. Pierce.
I said, what did you do to her?
You shouldn't be sorry for your friend. You should envy her.
Murderer! This madness must stop!
Colden?
Жесткая голова. Ай, можно потеряться. То есть, если я не буду прокачивать оккультизм, я это все не увижу?
they do to you?
У нее браслет этот.
Can you speak? Sarah.
He gave him the gold and I the azure. I don't see him very often anymore. The green is stronger.
Are you feeling ill?
I'm here, but no.
Let's get you out of here.
It comes in my dreams. Our minds melt like colors on a palette.
Come with me.
It's of the oldest green. Violent living, vibrant. The sea green, maybe. No.
Mrs. Hawkins, we must go before someone finds out.
Oh, but he will. He always knows these things when it's about me.
Who put you here?
But Charles, of course. He tries to protect me.
So he locked you in this rat hole out of love?
Love? He is the only one who still believes he can feel it.
All right. Come with me.
He will know. He will find us.
One more reason to hurry.
Have I seen you before?
Can you walk?
Maybe.
Then let's go before your husband finds us. It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course.
Ну хорошо, что я...
You mean the guards?
This way. Follow me.
What the?
Oh no.
There. It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course. The men in white are coming.
You mean the guards?
This way. Follow me.
What the?
Oh no.
What are you doing here? Stop right there.
There.
You won't get far.
Wait. The machine. It's the green. The decaying one.
The gas.
Yes. It's not good for living beings.
We don't have time for that.
I am not moving until the wrong is set right.
Damn it. I'd be better off finding a tool. Perfect. All right. That should do it. Let's move.
Hmm.
Where the hell do you think you're going, woman?
I'm your puppet no more, you bastard!
You're my wife. My wife. You owe me obedience.
Leave her alone! We're leaving this crazy island.
You are going nowhere. Don't get between me and my wife.
Edward!
Nobody tells me what to do with my wife. How dare you? No! Why should I let you take her away when I could snap your neck? For her safety was throwing her in this rat hole. I hid her well enough. You let Fuller play with her. Stop. I did everything I could to protect her. But her identity, her power, is what threatens her. What? Sarah has seen things, has made things you can't even begin to imagine. Would you still save her if I told you that she is even more dangerous than I am? She's weak, physically and mentally. Do not make the mistake of thinking she's a feeble woman. Sarah has been in the presence of the myth for too long. Even if she were to leave Darkwater, she would still hear his call. And the Count will always be here, waiting for her. Then we get rid of its members. You are out of your league, detective. They control the whole island. She will finally surrender to his power, and the world will fall with her. Don't! No one can escape the wheel of destiny, they say. But I will change it. I will save Sarah.
Ой-ой-ой. Вот это поворот. Ну, по идее, глава должна закончиться. После смерти Колден Пирс мучительной галлюцинациями собирается. Тут ходит живой Кулер. Последняя встреча Чарльза Хокинса показала, что этот человек в чудо пытался защитить ее влияние мифа. Он предупредил Пирс, Сара подастся, она лишится привести в исполнение планы призвать древнее зло. Поэтому Пирс должен больше узнать о Саре Хокинс. Это все-таки глава 9. Хоррор.
No parent should have to bury their child, knowing it's me that put him there. The guilt will never go away.
I feel your pain.
I'll do anything to get him back. Anything. My work was what lured me here in the first place. It began showing me things I never should have painted. Things Charles should never have seen.
What am I to you? I took care of you, saved you from your miserable life. You'll never find a man better than me. You owe me.
I owe you nothing. We'll leave now.
You're not going anywhere. You are mine.
А пацан чё? Пал? Дворецкий спас Сару.
Simon.
Come on. It's over now.
Опять этот кошмар. Всего 2 очка опыта. Все слабенько. Четыре. Короче, у меня рассудка все меньше и меньше остается, да? Но он же мертв. Труп. Дойдем до конца главы. Все равно, скорее всего, уже осталось совсем чуть-чуть.
Was Sarah Hawkins telling the truth? What kind of ritual was she preparing? Was the painting of the Shambler displayed here? Mrs. Hawkins never told me why she was in possession of the Necronomic. How did she survive her encounter with the Shambler? How did she react? Was she afraid? Charles Hawkins was ready to do anything to protect his wife.
Короче, Сара сама виновата. Ой, наконец-то мы пришли в ее студию, которую хотели разглядеть. Подпись у нее прикольная, 40. Надеюсь, она не будет воскрешать своего сына. Некромикон.
Damn it. The entrance to the tunnel has been buried following the cave-in. But at least I didn't dream it.
Короче, все посмотрели, в принципе, что необходимо. Пообщаемся.
I'd be better off if I went to see the others.
И валить. Бухать это, скорее всего, вот как раз на рассудок влияет.
Mr. Pierce, we were waiting for you.
Good. Sarah doesn't have much time.
What are you doing here?
Did you think I would let you confront the occult without supervision?
This is too dangerous for a bookworm like you.
Algernon, I need to talk to Mr. Pierce.
Very well, Sarah. I will be in Charles Hawkins' office.
Угу.
You seem different.
Yes. When I woke up this morning, my mind was sharper. Cleaner. I can still hear the voice calling me. It is so strong. So ancient. Enticing. Dangerous. I may never be able to escape his grip, but for now I can keep it at bay. I know what I owe you, Mr. Pierce. But I can't come back to Boston with you.
You want to hunt it? That thing that hides in your painting.
Where? Where did you see it?
In the basement of the Riverside Institute. I met Francis Sanders there, just before his death.
So, he met his fate. You understand, yes? I must find it and kill it. I am the only one who can end its slaughter.
No. No, you will come with me to Boston.
I owe you no obedience.
This isn't about what you want or don't want to do. You would risk destroying the world just because you can't face the consequences of your actions.
I am willing to atone for my sins.
No, you're just trying to erase all proof of the mistakes you've made.
I know what I have done. I will not rest until the creature is sent back to its dimension.
Угу.
You've recovered from yesterday's condition. That must mean you can fight it. We must find something that will stop you from relapsing.
Algernon knows of a way to protect me. Help him find what he seeks, and we may all survive this battle.
All right. I'll help you.
Верится с дневником, поговорите с Дрейком. Там вообще уже на донышке остался раз. Получается. Труп. Труп, не труп, труп, не труп. Я буду в офисе.
Seeing you again. Ah, it's you. I'm here for her, not you.
I don't care why you're here. Your usefulness is the only thing that matters. How do we protect Mrs. Hawkins from the influence of the forces that claim her?
By following Charles Hawkins, that imbecile of a thief, of course.
What do you mean?
He found something. An amulet. The symbol engraved on it could protect Sarah.
Could?
We are dealing with forces that by far surpass what your intellect can process. Feel free to ask me any question regarding the matters that exceed your grasp.
What is the true nature of the Necronomicon?
I see that you are interested in my precious book. It is the definitive book of knowledge of the occult, Mr. Pierce, written by Abdul al-Hazred. It is the answer to many a question.
That is why it's so highly valued.
Yes, and even though it is a copy, given to me as a gift by Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University, the work remains very powerful.
I understand better why you keep it in a safe. This creature, the Shambler, what is it?
It is a hunter. It travels from one dimension to another to hunt down its prey.
Francis Sanders was one of its victims. How could a creature like that end up in one of Mrs. Hawkins' paintings?
Sarah has an uncommon gift, a connection with entities that live beyond our reality. I doubt that she was aware at the time, but when she painted the picture in a certain way, she called it.
And now it remains in our reality.
Let us say that it uses the painting as a portal into our reality, and we make enticing prey for it.
That's why we must find a way of sending it back to where it came from permanently. The dagger with the strange sign. Was it you who sold it to Francis Sanders?
If you are referring to the dagger of the ancients, then yes, it was me. Why?
Do you know what he intended to do with it?
Francis was primarily a collector of occult objects. He liked rare items such as the dagger, but I doubt he knew its purpose.
It allowed me to send the creature you call the Shambler back into the painting.
Fascinating. But I am afraid that this might only be short-lived.
You mean that thing could come back?
Yes, that is why I am looking for a more permanent solution.
It must never come back. A genius like you must have already found a way to get rid of this creature, yes?
I sense your sarcasm, but it does happen that, yes, I do have a solution. I think I can destroy it, but for that I must approach the creature, and to be able to do so, I need the key to Rie.
Another one of your baubles.
It is no bauble, unbeliever. It is a very powerful protection, able to repel very ancient forces. Much more effective than your Colt.
What does it look like?
It is a golden amulet, bearing very ancient inscriptions and an elder sign at its center. A star with an eye in the middle.
I've already seen that sign. Where can we find it?
Therein lies the problem. That foul thief, Charles, has hidden it somewhere. I found this drawing among his personal effects. I think that it has something to do with the location of the amulet.
I'll follow this lead. You continue searching.
That is what I intend to do. As for you, return here the second you find it. I don't want it to disappear again.
Может, у пацана в комнате? Бросок должен привести меня к артефакту, спрятанному Джарльзом Хокинсом. Где же я его видел? Где же я его видел? Ой, квестовая часть. Квестовая часть. Это где я проснулся напротив.
This is the amulet that Drake was looking for.
Это имеет тварю цену. Тварю цену. Цену сварить можно. Походу, не так уж и много игры осталось. Или все-таки много? Чтобы разговаривать нельзя. Пойдем, отдадим этот амулетик. Интересно, сколько осталось играть?
It's you again.
I think I've found what we're looking for.
Let me see that. Yes, that's it. It's perfect. We are saved.
I must tell Mrs. Hawkins.
Yes, do that.
Так, силу или психологию будем качать. Красноречие, мне кажется, определяет вашу способность оказывать влияние на тех, с кем вы общаетесь. Убеждение или манипулирование. Ну, нахрен надо. Сила отражает ваши физические способности. Развитие этого навыка. Совершенно успешно выбить дверь или сломать какой-то. Но также применить насилие физическое или вербальное во время разговора. Психология отражается. Развитие этого навыка повышает шанс понять человека по его поведению или психологию пока. Хотя я думаю, мы уже и не успеем ее прокатить.
I have it. It's a strange amulet. I hope it will protect you, considering that nothing will help you change your mind.
You must understand, I already went too far.
What have you seen that's so terrible you convinced yourself that you had to risk so much?
I can't tell you now.
This story is going to end badly.
Yes, Chief West is here with Sullivan.
Bradley, you take care of Sarah. I will deal with them.
You sure? All right.
I've been hearing about you a lot lately. You seem to enjoy causing trouble.
Nice job, Chief. You got me. Great police work.
You can try to play smart with me all you want, Pierce. Witnesses have identified you as the one who set fire to Riverside.
Witnesses? How convenient. That's not the whole story, is it?
I don't care about your stories. Save them for the judge. You know, us cops, we base our investigation on facts and testimonies. You might want to try that next time.
You bet I will.
Здесь еще здание суда есть. Глава 10. Полицейский участок Дарквотера. С помощью Алджернона Дрейка Пирс получил амулет, который должен был убить Сару Хокинс. Охотящихся и зловещихся художница рассказала, кто может искупить свои грехи, выследив и убив вместо бродягу. Хотел Пирс остановить ее. В следующей серии вы увидите.
You know, I've heard a lot about you, Mr. Pierce.
Всем спасибо за просмотры. Запись в YouTube. Пока.